Testimony.
Ready to do the public testimony? Citizens are invited to speak on any topic or agenda item before and during the meeting by response to the mayor to be recognized. However, unless the item is specifically listed on the agenda, the city council is required under the Texas Open Meetings Act to limit its response with a statement of specific factual information reciting the city's existing policy on that issue, or directing the person making the inquiry to visit with city staff about the issue, and no council deliberation is permitted for topics not specifically listed on this agenda.
Anyone have anything? No. Good. Item number 6, submission of roads and governing body, no new revenue and voter approval tax rate, state record vote. Marvin, you're gonna have to explain your verbiage.
Well, this year under Senate Bill 2, this is a totally different way to do taxes, and it's a nightmare. But what we've done, and I've provided you with the calculation sheet that we did, or that was done. A lot of the help came from Tarrant County, and after we went through everything, we ended up with a what they call no new revenue rate, which is equal to what the effective rate of last year, and that came out to being a 0.671699 per $100 of value. Last year was a rate of 67.4516. That was the no new revenue rate. By getting to the what we used to call rollback, but now we call voter approval rate, you multiply that time. You multiply the M&O rate by 1.035, which is 3.5%, which is the maximum you can do without a mandatory election. And in this year for us, that ended up being 0.697375 per $100 of value. The diminished rate, I tried to explain, I made a little mistake on it that I'll call your attention to, but basically the diminished rate that we got, based off our last 3 years of taxes, came out to being 0.83. Let me get over here to it so I can get it exact, about 84 cents. Just a second. 0.834124, that's the diminished rate. Now, there's another thing you have to know in the law to understand if your tax rate that you propose is more than the voter approval rate, but yet less than the diminished rate, it cannot exceed 8% over the no new revenue rate. In this case, that's going to be like 0.727696. That's the maximum you could without even petitioning for an election. The problem with that scenario is that you have to adopt your budget and adopt your taxes by no later than August the 24th to meet the 71 days before, according to the statute, before the November 3rd election. I don't think there's any way we're going to be able to make that quick of a turnaround. And I would highly recommend to stay with the voter approval rate of 3.5% increase. By doing so, it gives us a budget that is right now in the red of $17,000. And it will raise more money than we had last year. Basically, it's about $75 per property, more tax than last year. The value of taxes this year went up about 1% is all. If you look at the homestead rate, it went up a little better than that. They were about 5.96, but overall, it was only about a 1% increase. And when I looked at the revenues that comes off of it, my first inclination was to say, we probably shouldn't figure anything with the COVID over 94%. But then I got to looking at ours, and I listened to Tarrant County today, and I've listened to others. It's not been seemed to be a problem getting the ad valorem tax. Nobody knows what the future's going to bring, but Tarrant County is budgeting it at 99.5, and there are a lot more properties there than us. And so therefore, I went on and plugged it in at 99.5. And by doing that, that's where I came up with a minus 17,000 in the budget right now. So I'm recommending that y'all authorize me to post the notice at 3.5%, which is the voter approved rate of 0.697375. You have any questions, comments?